Hi friends, this is John Kingston from JR Trading Zone. You know that I have started the option strategy videos. I have made 5 videos since. Now in each and every video I used to tell that option strikes are completely dependent or completely affected by option Greeks. I have not made any videos about option Greeks, but I think I have to make few videos on option Greeks, because option Greeks, if you go to YouTube, you can search a lot of videos. Lot of videos are available actually in YouTube, but what I am going to explain about this option Greeks is in a different way. You can get a different picture about option Greeks. Okay, you know the option Greeks, the famous option Greeks. There are a lot of option Greeks, but the most famous and important option Greeks are delta, gamma, vega, theta and rho. Okay, these are the 5 option Greeks. In this I am going to talk about the use of delta for option sellers and option buyers. Okay, you know there are 2 type of traders in derivative market. One are option buyers and option sellers. When we come to option sellers, they can be directional traders, there can be non-directional traders. Okay, so we can say there are 3 type of traders. Okay, but how this delta is used by option buyers, how this delta is used by option sellers, which delta and which strike is good for option buyers and which delta and which strike is good for option sellers to trade. This is what I am going to tell. If you go to any video about delta, they will be telling the formula and what is delta and everything. I am not going to teach you the formula to calculate delta, because already in system the delta is available. If you go to any broker's terminal, open the option chain, or if you go to the NSE site, if you open the option site, you can get the value directly. Then there is no need of teaching how to calculate the delta and that things. Okay, so definitely I am not going to teach about how to calculate the delta or the formula. Which delta whom should use? Option sellers should use which delta, option buyers should use which delta. This is the perspective of this video. Watch this video until the end without skipping, because each and every video regarding stock market is actually very important. If you want to get a clear picture, most videos if you watch, you can't get an idea, proper idea, what are they telling, what are they meaning. So you have to watch repeatedly to get an idea. If you are really passionate on stock market, definitely you have to learn all the terms regarding stock market. To be an option buyer or option seller, definitely you should know delta. That I won't say, but actually you should have an idea about delta, because how the strikes are moving. On the basis of delta itself, some traders make some strategies. There are famous strategies like a delta neutral strategy, like that. There are a lot of strategies depending on delta. We are not going deep into the strategies built by the delta, but which delta who should use, that is what I am going to explain in this video. Let's go to the computer. Before that, one more thing I have to say. If you know what is option chain only, you can understand this video. If you don't have any idea about option chain and what is ATM options, OTM options and ITM options, definitely you should have the idea about it. If you don't have the idea, go and watch my video. I will put in the I button above. I have made a separate video, the secrets of option chain and ATM, OTM and ITM. The 2 separate videos I have made on option chain. You have to watch the video. If you have an idea how to read the option chain, you can directly come into this video and watch how delta is used by the buyers and sellers, option buyers and option sellers. Okay, definitely. You all know in option chain there are 3 types of options. The at the money strike, ATM, OTM and ITM. When you go out of the money, the delta will be decreasing. When you go in the money, the delta will be increasing. In the call option strike, the delta varies from 0 to +1. In the put option delta, it varies from 0 to -1. This is the basic of option delta. I will clearly explain the option chain. Let's go into the chart and notice which strikes are having which type of delta, and I will tell you how option buyers and option sellers use this delta for trading. Okay, this is a very important Greek, but this is not only the Greek which affects the option price. The rest four I told you, the gamma, theta, vega and rho, these are also the factors which affects the option price. Okay, for the first time we are learning what is delta. Let's go to the option chain. I will explain more from the option chain, then we will be back. Yes friends, let's go through the whiteboard presentation. There are two types of delta, you know, call delta and put delta. Okay, the call delta varies from 0 to 1. The put delta varies from 0 to minus 1. ATM call delta is 0.5. The ATM put delta is minus 0.5. Okay, keep it in this mind. Studying Greeks might be slightly difficult, maybe slightly confusing too, but repeatedly when you watch the video and when you go and work and give some more time, spend some more time for studying this Greeks, definitely you can study all the Greeks. Only by studying delta we can't take a position, or we can't, what we say, understand the complete essence of Greeks. All these Greeks are connected together. Delta is connected with gamma, gamma is connected with theta, theta is connected with vega and rho. Okay, therefore when we study about the Greeks, we should have a clear idea about all the Greeks. All the Greeks together works. Okay, but in this video we are just going to understand only from the side of delta. Delta only does not move the points, or the strike is not only what we say influenced by delta. If the Nifty ATM strike is 100, call delta is 50 and put delta is minus 50. If Nifty is moving 100 points on the upside, okay, consider that Nifty is 19,900, the ATM strike is 19,900, ATM is 100, points is 100, so call delta is 50, put delta is minus 50. Now you don't have any confusion. Now Nifty is moving 100 points on the upside. It is going to 20,000. From 19,900 it moves 100 points. When Nifty moves 100 points, your call delta will move 50 points. This 50 will become 100. The put delta will go to minus 100. Okay. Studying of Greeks is the main part in derivative market, and it is quite confusing for the beginners. I am saying those who are knowing about the delta and all the Greeks, no matter. For the beginners it might be confusing. Here it is plus 100, here it is minus 100, here is plus 50, there is minus 50. Totally it will be confusing. So you don't take all into consideration. I will go to the option chain and show how it is working. Now the Nifty spot is 19,727. Let's select October 5, 2023 option chain, 1 week to expiry. 19,750 is the at the money strike. You can see columns here. You see this is the strike price, this is call delta and put delta. Please avoid these columns. We are just only selecting these three columns: call delta, strike price and put delta. Okay, 19,750 the ATM, call delta is 49.07, put delta is minus 51.48. The variation in delta will be slightly here and there because the Nifty is not a round figure. Okay, therefore there may be a slight difference. Approximately it will be 0.5. When Nifty increases 100 points, this strike, what we say 19,750 strike, will increase 50 points. That is approximately 50 points. 121 plus 50, it will go to 171.
But what will happen to the put option? Put option ATM strike will decrease 50 points. Now it is 96 rupees. It will become 46 rupees, approximately 46 rupees. So now you are having a clear calculation. When Nifty is moving up, when the underlying is moving up, the strike 19,750, this option strike will increase by 50 points, and this put option strike will decrease by 50 points. When 19,750, this Nifty moves on the upside, there will be a variation in this delta too. Delta will become in the money, and this delta will also increase. That is a different calculation. I don't go into that calculation and confuse you. I am just saying how our option prices are just moving when Nifty is moving 100 points. When Nifty moves 100 points, your call option, what we say, strike, the at the money strike moves by 0.5, that is plus 50 points. Put option strike minus 15 points, it goes to minus 15 points. Okay, now on the buyer's perspective, if I say, buyers will always choose a strike which is having 0.5 delta, sometimes slightly in the money or out of the money. Okay, mostly, that I don't tell all traders do like that. Mostly traders choose these strikes, ATM or around the ATM, they go for a buy. For buying, not only delta should be calculated, you should get the momentum, you should get the breakout, and that is a completely different subject. So you should have a very good idea where to enter, you should know where to keep the stop loss, and you should have a very clear and very good idea about the chart patterns. Okay, so this is not about the chart patterns, but I am telling how the delta is working. Okay, next you see here, now we are going to the 20,000 strike. When Nifty is moving 100 points from here, from the spot price, this option strike, this call option strike is just going to increase only 18 rupees. This is now 27 plus approximately 80, 45 rupees. It becomes only 45 rupees. But what happens to at the money strike? It increases by 50 points. Slightly in the money, you see 19,650. What happens when Nifty moves 100 points? It increases by 60 points. This is how the delta works. Okay, now I think you had a clear picture on how the delta is moving and the influence of delta. Again, once again, repeatedly I will tell you, definitely option strike, this option strike price is not only influenced by delta. When we are studying the Greeks, we should know all the Greeks and we should combine all the Greeks. All the Greeks affect this option price. Okay, when you study all the Greeks together, when you come to understand all the Greeks together, you will get a clear idea on option Greeks and how our strike is moving and how this Greeks is affecting our option strike. Definitely it must be, what we say, very important subject. It is especially it is a very important subject because we are entering a strike and we should know how much it can move. Sometimes the Nifty will be moving on the upside, but your, what we say, call option will not move on the proper proportion. Your call option strike will not move on the proper proportion. Nifty will move 100 points, it will, your call option strike will not move 50 points, it will not move 100 points. Then there might be a question in your mind, Nifty is moving 100 points, why my strike is not moving 100 points? The reason is this delta, the selection of your option strike. If you select this strike, it will move 50 points. If you select this strike, it will move 18 points. So you can calculate which strike I am going to select and how much it will move. That's the simple calculation about delta. Okay, first, if you are a beginner entering into the market and if he is coming into the derivative market, sometimes he might buy a strike, buy a call option or put option. He for example, take that he is buying a call option 19,750. Nifty has moved 100 points. He will feel, why my strike is not moving 100 points? This is the reason. Its delta is 0.5, so it will just move 50 points. If the Nifty is moving 200 points, his option strike is just gaining only 100 points. He will have a doubt, why my option strike is moving only 100 points, Nifty has moved 200 points. The reason is this, his delta is 0.5. Now once again I will say, if he is selecting some other strike, for example, he is selecting 20,000 strike, he is buying this 20,000 strike, out of the money strike. Nifty is moving 100 points, but his option strike has gained only 18 points. He will be quite confused. What's happening here? Nifty has moved 100 points. My strike is only gaining 18 points. What is the problem? If Nifty has moved 200 points on the upside, underlying is moving 200 points, his strike, this strike which he has bought, is just gaining 36 points. What is the problem? Nifty has moved 200 points. Why my option strike is moving just 36 points? The answer is this. The answer is the delta. Okay, the same and opposite is for put option. It has a delta from 0 to -1. Here the delta is from 0 to +1. Okay, very simple. Try to understand and repeatedly watch the video, all the Greeks. When you study all the Greeks, it will be very easy for you, simple for you. Okay.
Yes, friends, I think you got a clear idea how option buyers and option sellers use this delta. Okay, so as a passionate stock market trader, you should know how to read the option chain and what are the option Greeks that affect the option strike. If you are trading in what we say stock options or index options, definitely you should know and have a clear idea about delta or all the Greeks. Okay, in the next video we will come with the next Greek and for in that video also I will be talking from the option buyers and option sellers perspective, because when you come into the derivative market, few traders are option sellers, few are option buyers. So the strategy and what we say application is completely different for option buyers and sellers. So you should know, if I just explain what is delta, what is the formula of delta, it's not useful for you and you can't do anything with that. So you should know how, if you are a buyer, how to use the delta, if you are a seller, how to use the delta. Okay, I think you got a clear picture how option sellers and option buyers are using the delta. See you in the next video. Learn more, earn more. This is John Kingston signing off from JR Trading Zone. Bye.